What's up, guys? It's Victorious here, and I'm going to be starting a new segment called Storytime with Victorious. So I'm going to give you a story today on when I quit my first job. My first job I ever had, I actually didn't quit it. I got fired. I was at the movie theaters, but I actually got fired because I had a manager there, and it was like I wasn't even supposed to be working. That's why I never cover shifts now, because I was covering a shift, and my manager came to me and he was like, "Hey Nick, what are you doing?" And I said, "Your old girl." So, at the time, I thought that was the funniest joke in the world, because your old girl means your mom, if you don't know. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because I was saying it all the time. So, since I was saying it all the time, it was really funny to me. My boss, I would always make that joke with him. I would always say, "Yo, girl," for everything, like, he would say something, I'll be like, "Yo, girl this, yo, girl that, yo, girl." So I would say your old girl for everything. That one day that I decided to say it, the district manager happened to be right next to him. So when I did that, he didn't think it was very funny because he thought I was disrespecting him. And some kid that I used to work with, he was like, "Yo, you're gonna let him disrespect you like that? You're gonna let him disrespect you?" And he had to do his managerial duties. It was like, "Yo, you're the manager. You shouldn't let him disrespect you like that." This kid, I'm pretty sure he had it out for me or whatever. He came to me. I went on break, and when I came back from my break, I saw my card wasn't there in the little thing. So I was like, "Oh damn," because if your card's not there when you come back from break or you come into work, that means that you got written up. So you got to go upstairs to the office. I went up to the office and I was like, "What happened to my card?" And my manager was like, "You're being written up." I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "Because you're disrespecting the manager," whatever. So ain't shit. Fuck that job. On to my next job. I was working at Abercrombie. I didn't even get fired from that job. I just wasn't working. They were giving me 4 hours a month. Since in 1 month I didn't get any hours, so I stopped working there, I guess, just because of that. When I actually quit my first job was when I was working as an auditor. I couldn't take it no more. Like, I was counting freezers. I was counting fucking like Victoria's Secret. I would be at work for like 20 hours. 24 hours sometimes. Like, the longest I ever been at a job was like 26 hours. Like, just counting clothes and shit. So I didn't really like working there. I mean, I worked there for like a year and a half, but I felt like it was my time to go. So I wanted to work at a gym. I wasn't able to because they weren't hiring at the time, so I had to stick it out. I had to stick out this job that I hated until they actually opened up a gym a little farther from me. And I was like, you know what? Today's my last day. I'm not gonna work here no more. I texted my boss. I was like, "Hey, I don't want to work here anymore. I'm putting in my 2 weeks and that's it." And then my boss was like, "Oh, we can't let you go. You're like one of our fastest counters. Oh, we need you. Da 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 da. It's a slow season. We need you. We need people like you. Blah blah blah." But I couldn't deal with that job no more. So, I just decided, you know what, it's for the best. I don't want to work here anymore. I'm like killing myself working at this place. I had to wake up super early every day, 4 a.m. to go like fucking like the beach and shit. Like, I hated working there. So I was just like, you know what, like, the money was good, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's not just about the money. Sometimes it's about like how you feel about the position and like the perks, because I'm more of a perks type of person. Like, I'd rather do things for perks rather than money, because there's some things that money can't buy. Like, obviously you can buy perks, but just sometimes I just rather have the perks. So, I decided to leave that job and just get a regular job. I told my boss that I quit, and then when I quit, they gave me a bunch of fucking stores. They gave me like 20 stores to do in 1 week. And they were trying to work me to death before I left. And I was like, what the hell? Because most people, when they quit, they just quit, they just leave. But I decided, I'm gonna give it my 2 weeks, because just in case like something happens, I want to have like something to fall back on, because I know they would rehire me like in a heartbeat. So I was just like, you know what, let me just stick it out. I'll do these 2 weeks. And at the same time, they were giving me like 20 stores, making me go to the Keys, making me go to Fort Myers, almost to Orlando and shit. Like 4-hour drives because I'm in Miami. They're giving me 4-hour like places that were far as fuck, and then I would have to go to my other job that I just got hired at. So they were killing me, and I was gonna decide to quit, like just leave, but I was just like, you know what, let me stick it out. So I'll go straight from like Fort Myers to work back at the new job, and I was like, fuck. So like, I just stuck it out for those 2 weeks, and then I was good, and then I started working at my job. So if I ever want to go back, I can, but I most likely won't, because I have my own shit going on. So I'm not even trying to do any jobs, I'm trying to like work for myself, just get this money, But yeah, so this has been Story Time with Nick. That's the first time I ever quit my job. I'm still working now, but it is what it is. So hope you guys check like the interviews. Check out my interviews if you haven't. 6 Feet interviews. Check out my Twitter, Nick_Notorious. at 6 Feet Interviews, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook, all that shit. Patreon, Nictorious, Patreon, 6 Feet, Etsy. Check out my Pokemon paintings. I have a bunch of Pokemon paintings. Check them out too. So yeah, so it's been Storytime with Nick.